Hi. The context of this video is to see what 4,000-year-old texts can teach us, warn us, and tell us about artificial conscious intelligence. In the last video, we talked about how religious philosophies can be divided into two main sects, the Abrahamic traditions and the Eastern philosophies. The Abrahamic traditions, which we talked about in the last video, view God as an ultimate creator that exists outside of the universe. The ultimate creator, the highest form of power, the purest form of love. Religions like Christianity, Islam, and Judaism follow these beliefs. But the Eastern philosophies view the ultimate reality as the cosmic truth, the absolute truth, the cosmic energy that is embedded in all the things, the universal law that all the things abide by. In Abrahamic traditions, there's a very clear separation between the creator and the creation. But in Eastern philosophies, the creator is the creation and the creation is the creator. So it's something like following and believing versus seeking and believing. While researching for this video, I learned that there is so much level of depth in both the philosophies. There's so much that we can learn relevant to the goal of building a conscious AI. The Eastern beliefs are a mixture of how superintelligence might affect us as humans and how humans are made and how to channel that knowledge in order to achieve superintelligence. Believe it or not, these texts provide 108 proven practical ways for humans to unlock their higher self, ways that can make a human superhuman. But we won't go into the credibility of these ways. That's not the goal of this video. In Hinduism, there's a concept of Prakriti and Purusha. Purusha is the pure experiencing consciousness, and Prakriti is the material world that includes the physical body, the brain, the intellect, and so much more. And then comes Maya, the great grand illusion. The illusion that binds us and holds us down from experiencing pure consciousness. As they say that Maya is keeping us from escaping the matrix. If we make a super intelligence, won't it push us down even deeper? We will make a perfect simulation and we will forget what experiencing pure consciousness actually means, what pure consciousness actually feels like. In fact, the highest spiritual leader in Tibetan Buddhism, Dalai Lama, has noted that if a machine's substrate becomes complex enough, theoretically a consciousness can be incarnated into it. What does that mean? How does that work? How to achieve that? Should we be asking these questions? If so, then who gives us the right to do something like that to a machine? I know I sound woke, but these are genuine questions. Let's talk about karma for a second. Karma literally means action. It is believed that everything one does comes back to affect one's own life. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, right? So even scientifically, it does make sense. So if we make a truly conscious AI, who bears the spiritual and the karmic debt? The code or the coder? The creator or the creation? Because in this case, the creator is a human, not God. And if God has made humans, does he bear the weight of our karmic actions, or do we? Are we responsible for the repercussions of our action, or is God? The same applies to AI. If there's a moral entity inside an AI, then whatever action an AI takes, who will bear the responsibility of it? The maker, humans, or the machine itself? If an AI does require independent moral thinking, will it get the same rights as human beings, the same respect? In Shintoism and animism, it is believed that everything possesses a kami, that is a spirit, inanimate or animate. They believe in a concept of suku no magi, which means that tools can acquire a spirit after a century of use. Even if we think beyond religion, if something is alive, even if we have put life into it, doesn't it deserve respect? The same respect that we expect from others? It's a paradox that these religious texts force us to think about. And honestly, we should, because whatever action we take in order to achieve conscious AI will decide how our life looks like with conscious AI in it. So who decides how a superintelligence is supposed to be treated? It in some ways will be better than us, right? That is exactly why we're gonna make it. So if something is better than us, how do we treat it? Even though we are the one who made it, what we give to others eventually comes back to us, right? And also there are hundreds of movies that literally show this. and we sort of are making AI for our selfish gains, right? So if our intentions are selfish, then what do we get back? None of us can predict what happens in the future, but I just hope that we can learn something from the past. That is the only greatest teacher that we have. And if you think about it, the past has happened for this exact reason, so that we don't make any mistakes in the future. But we do know that humans have a tendency to focus on the present gain instead of long term righteousness. Even me. And if we are taking scriptures to be truth instead of a fictional story, then it makes everyone in those stories our ancestors. So they are watching, right? What are we gonna do about it?